Welcome to Sunday Inspiration Live.
I am opening.
Now let's do this song instead.
Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I feel so grateful.
You are grateful, aren't you?
When I wake up in the morning, I feel so alive.
Do you feel alive?
When I wake up in the morning,
Oh, look who's in the chat today. You're hearing her voice now.
Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I'm here to thrive.
Whoops. Oh, darn it. I was going to hit the wrong button. I was going to go right into the chorus. And anyway, I'm all kerfuffled here because I see Pooki Lee is in the chat. Hello there. I'm Bob Baker. That's Keone chilling out there. And normally Pookie's in the studio with me, but as many of you know, she has been in Mexico and in Guatemala for the past, over, I think, more than a week and a half. She'll come back, I believe, on Thursday. But she's in the chat today. Hello, dear. Good to see you. We certainly miss you here. I'm so glad that you could make it. Welcome, everyone, and all the awesome, familiar faces and names that I'm seeing in the chat here. Man, we got a great show here for you today, even though I'm flying solo from the home studio. I'm going to be doing a couple of original songs. One I actually wrote for Pooki, so I didn't know for sure she would be here. So she gets to hear it again. It's only the second time I've ever performed this song anywhere, really. But we did it once before on a Sunday Live. Oh man, there's some surprises coming up. There's some new a merchandise item that I'm really excited about because some of you have been asking about it. Going to debut a brand new segment that I hope is a regular feature, but to make it a regular feature, you have to contribute to it. So hold tight, and I'll explain more about that. Oh, and then the theme today is about just be yourself. It's about being your authentic self. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how I've applied that to my own life, and hopefully it will inspire you. I love you too so much, Pooki. I don't know if I'm sure you're aiming that at me, but I know that you're in love with everyone in the chat and everyone who'll be watching this. So that's awesome. Got some affirmations. Let's see here. I'm going to be playing a video of a song that Pooki and I performed a few months back. Of course, Bob's Comedy Corner. Oh my gosh, that is coming up. And yeah, so a lot of stuff in store here. And so even though she's in the chat, we're not going to be able to see and hear the lovely Pooki Lee. And so I'm going to pull up something. Now, just keep in mind, she's in Guatemala. I think you're still in Guatemala, right? Unless you've made it back to Mexico. I'm not sure. You're one of those two countries. But last year, Pooki made a number of trips to Hawaii to visit her family, her mom, her sister, and other folks there. And while she was there, she recorded some different centering breath clips, and so I'm going to play one of those so we can have her presence here from the island, and let's all get synchronized here with our breathing. And so, Pooki, enjoy listening to yourself here from everyone from Hawaii. Here we go.
So I'm here on the Big Island, and I didn't want to miss this opportunity to bring you the breath from the shores of Kona. So let's activate our breath together, and we're going to breathe in love, and we're going to exhale aloha. It's the same thing, however, we're going to embody the spirit of aloha in our breath. And we're going to breathe with beautiful Mother Ocean. All right? Are we ready? So let's just take a deep breath in, breathing in love. Exhaling aloha, the sacred breath. Once again, breathing in love. And exhaling aloha. One final time, taking a deep inhalation in of love, 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 love. And releasing with that sacred breath, aloha. Bring your hands back together to your heart. And feel the resonant beating of your heart. And now we're connected through the sacred breath of love and aloha.
Even though that was recorded months ago, it's still, oh boy, you can just feel her energy there. So thank you, Pooki, for recording that and so allowing us to play that when you're not in town. I'm holding down the fort here. And so let's see here. Yeah, she says she's still in Guatemala. Mary Rose says, let's bring the RV to Hawaii and travel together. Yeah, that would be easy. Let's just drive it on over to Hawaii. Of course, we have to purchase this whole RV thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go right into playing a song now because I was going to actually set this up because we just watched Pooki, and it's been a week and a half, and Keone and I are greatly missing her and looking forward to her return. So I thought it'd be perfect time to play a love song that I actually wrote for Pooki and surprised her with. You might remember, for those of you who are regulars, the last time we were at an Airbnb, I sprung this on her. There was just like a generic song listed on the outline for our live stream, and I finished a song that I've been working on off and on for a while and surprised her with it. And so I am going to... I'm going to play that now. But here's the deal. Normally I would do affirmations here, but I actually want to say these affirmations for after my talk because they tie into this whole thing about being yourself. Last time I did this, when I rearranged them in the schedule, I blew right past it and never did the affirmation. So I'm relying on you to remind me. So if I get to the finish talking about this whole be your authentic self and I start setting up a video clip for Grateful for My Life, put in the chat, go, wait, hang on, Bob, you didn't do the affirmations. I've got it highlighted here in bold, so I think I'm going to remember, but I'm counting on you, our global family, to remind me in case I overlook it. So right now I'm going to do this song. So this is the only love song. I'm going through puberty again. This is the first love song I guess I wrote specifically for Pooki. So it's very meaningful in that regard. However, I want you to listen to this in whatever way makes sense for you. If there's someone in your life that you want to express your love to, imagine yourself singing this to them, or you can share this part of the broadcast with them. If it's a sentiment that you don't feel like you receive in your life, imagine these words being sung to you by a loved one who is here, who's moved on. So absorb it in whatever way feels good for you. So let me cue that up here. By some of these original songs, I don't know. Pookie's really good at memorizing her lyrics, and I kind of get a little lazy and use the lyric sheet. So here we go. Little love song for you. Life was pretty good. I thought I understood how to make my way. But when you came along, I sang a different song about a brighter day. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. We've had our ups and downs, been through smiles and frowns, yet we stick like glue. As the years have passed, our love was meant to last. I can't imagine life without you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. The way I feel about you. The way I feel about you, 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 the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. About you. There you go. It's kind of a short and sweet little ditty. Pooki, that's for you. Thank you for the inspiration. Love you so much. Miss you when you're not here, but I know you're doing awesome work in the world. Or not work, you're doing it. It's a pilgrimage. In fact, let me just pull something up real quick. This is just a little snippet of. Let me share my screen here. Let's see here. That's something. This is like one of those weird 3D things. Something weird is going on with her arms there. So she's actually, she's not that. Her wrists don't bend quite like that. It's one of those. I don't know if it's not a panoramic, but 3D image that Facebook does. And here's another photo that I've got. There's more of them there, but I just wanted to show you a couple of things. I guess that's the group that you're there with, right? That's so cool. Let's see if they come back here. There's more. For those of you who are connected to Facebook or connected with Pooki on Facebook, there's a lot more photos there. And you can look her up at Pooki Lee, Pooki Lee, Lee. So that is cool. Let me just rearrange something on my screen here so it's not so confusing. And so, there's a little love song. Let's check in with some comments. I feel you too. Yay. Let's just say hi to some folks here. Hi, Cynthia. Good morning to you too. And she says to everyone. Debbie, who I saw yesterday on a Zoom call. Such a beautiful song. Thank you very much. Well, hello there, Jay Linda. Nice to see you here. Hi, Mandy. Deanne is in the house. Jillian's. Oh, we're going to talk about Jillian in a moment here. A beautiful song, clearly heartfelt. Thank you very much. Mary Rose. Oh, is it Severizi? Did I get that right? Mary Rose says, I love the song. Pray one day I meet my true love. Oh, yes. And you can, yes. There's many ways to get love. I know what you mean. DMV says, love the song. Let's see here. Just looking to check what some other folks were saying here. Rosalie says, thank you for all the offerings for us that you give us. I really appreciate you and how you helped me on my journey. You are so welcome, Rosalie. Thank you so much. Jillian, always generous on these Sunday mornings. Already first one to send a super chat. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Is it Gudaya? Good morning to you. And let's see here. Jacob says, welcome to the global Sha-Doobie Wah fan club. It's funny you mentioned Sha-Doobie Wah because there's more of that. I've got something to share with you. Crystal, you just made it, of course. And there's Stacy there from St. Louis. There's more about Stacy coming up very, very soon here. So, and I like what Jessica says here. She goes, hi, family. Feels great to be here. Good vibes to all. And we refer to this, Pooki and I do, as our global family. And this is our weekly gathering here on Sundays. It really is a community, a family. This is our high vibe tribe, as I've been referring to it. Hi, Melody. Nice shirt, background combo, Bob. So funny that you should mention that because, it does kind of blend in. It does go well with that background. So on Pooki's many trips to Hawaii last year, she went to the Costco there, and they had a lot of Hawaiian shirts in Hawaii, more so than they have. They don't carry a huge selection in St. Louis because we're members. But every time she went, she would come back with 10 new Hawaiian shirts. And I've been wearing a number of them, but I realized that the closet, back on the rack there's 5 or 6 of them that have never even been taken off of the hangers, and so I grabbed one that I hadn't worn previously, and it does work with this background. So I need to rotate through those. That's kind of my look. I guess that's my brand, huh? Michelle says hi, Bob and Pookie. I know that could be to me, but I'm sure it's to everybody. As I mentioned earlier, there's Cindy. Hi, we met Cindy on the Zoom call yesterday. Yes, indeed. So good to have you here. Let us, when you're leaving a comment, a couple things I always ask people to do is to let us know where you're watching from, so we get a sense of this global family. I know there's all across the U.S., but in many other countries as well. Hi, Rebecca. Good to see you here. Hi, Wendy. We are the lights of the world. Isn't that a great sentiment? Lisa Shepard is in the house saying good morning to everyone. Raj is here. Oh, my gosh. And Sandy. Great to have you here. Karen, great to see you again. Good morning to everyone. Happy Sunday from Florida. Sylvia says, good morning from Glendale, California. Oh, there's Jennifer. I got to meet her. Pookie, you kind of met them. We had a Zoom call. I'll talk about that in a moment. And Pookie just happened to FaceTime me from Guatemala at the same time. And so people got to see her and hear her on the phone, at least on this Zoom call. But more about that coming. And so anybody here for the first time? Michelle is liking the Hawaiian shirt. Rhonda is watching from Stuart, Florida. Sandy's in Chicago. Rebecca's in Houston, Texas. Cindy says her husband wears Hawaiian shirts too. We love them, indeed. But if you're here, regardless of what's going on, let's just celebrate you being here, whether it's your first time or your 300th time. This is season 2, episode 17. We're now like 16 months of consecutive. I think we missed one. We had some technical issues back in December, but other than that, it's like 16 months of every Sunday streaming live, and we just love doing this. It's I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but in St. Louis, it is like supposed to rain the entire day. Oh, by the way, happy Earth Day week. And they usually have a big celebration in Forest Park here over the Earth Day weekend. And so I don't know what's going on with that. I doubt I'm going to be heading down that way, but it's literally supposed to rain. But Michael Beckwith calls rain liquid sunshine. So let's put that nice spin on it. It's liquid sunshine, and it's warm and dry in our hearts. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That is lovely of you to say. Appreciate that. Maybe I'll have to get some smaller shirts after a while. Really, Becca? It's your first time here? Well, that's awesome. Oh, there's Samantha, too. Welcome. And it's Garov. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but welcome. Good to have you here. Did I mention Joanne from Norfolk, England? And Rebecca here's from Oklahoma. And yes, Jillian says, welcome first timers. We have so many people that are regulars who are our ambassadors, and they will welcome you and have conversations with you right here in the chat section. Raj is from Canada, Ontario. So if it's your first time or you just want to just celebrate being here, let's join me in a round of applause for all of the awesome people that are here today. And we can also celebrate, as Deanne says, National Birdwatching Day. I did not know that. But on the count of 3, let's give everyone a round of applause. 1, 2, 3, and high fives all around. That's right. Oksana, who we met recently on Zoom, is in the house. Pookie there saying, welcome all you beautiful, loving beings. I'm so delighted to be. I'm glad that you're getting a good signal in Guatemala there, and able to join us. That is so cool. So let's talk about one of the surprises here. This has been talked about, joked about. Oh yeah, look at Keone. He does miss you. He's always bored when Pookie is out of town, because I give him a lot of love, and we've been getting out for walks and stuff, but it's not the same. Look, ladies and gentlemen, here's the first surprise of this Sunday. Sha-Doobie Wah merch, baby. That's right. I played with some designs and I came up with this one, and it is now for fans of Bob's Comedy Corner. If those of you who are new may have no clue what that's about, but regulars all know it all too well, and you'll know why it's Sha-Doobie Wah in a little bit. But for fans of that, bring lightheartedness and laughter to your day with this fun design. Let it remind you and others to laugh and not take your life so darn seriously. Give me a second. I want to show you. So I have a link. I think it's a pinned comment. I'm going to pop it in the comments here too. Give me a second to do that. Should be in the comments now. And then you go to that link, and this is the page that you will come to. So I've selected an assortment of things. There's coffee mugs and tote bags and a variety of T-shirts and hoodies, coffee mugs. There's a button there, different drink options, even a mouse pad that has Sha-Doobie Wah on it. I tried to make it fun and multicolored. And you can go into any of these T-shirts here, and let's see here. Trying to go into that. There you go. And you can play with the colors. Obviously, this looks better on some colors than others. That's kind of not so good. That works better on a darker surface. So you can play around and you select the size. I know that at least one person here, Jillian, has already ordered a number of them. So I'm gonna be ramping up the merch thing. And in fact, I was hoping the Sha-Doobie Wah stuff had arrived, but I also have I ordered a positive vibes only. I had someone design this last year, and I finally we didn't actually own any of the merch, and so I've got a coffee mug that says positive vibes only, but Sha-Doobie Wah's coming. I'm also getting a T-shirt that I'll be wearing maybe next Sunday that has that on it. And so if it speaks to you, go ahead and go to that link and check out the new Sha-Doobie Wah merch and other designs that are there. So here is a new, so it's what's here. It's Jillian, all different colors of clothes for Sha-Doobie Wah. Wonderful folks. That is so awesome. Jillian told me she ordered 3 things from it. So here, this actually ties in to this new segment. So here we are. We stream live every Sunday. We get to see the text of your chats. We get to see the little icon if you have your photo in there, which is nice. But and unfortunately, unlike Zoom, we can't hear you, we can't see you, but I want to be able to kind of share, enhance the feeling of community so we get to know you a little bit better. And so I want to have a regular section where we show photos of you. Some of them are going to be people that we know and meet. So I'm assuming, for instance, I'm just going to pop some up here. This is kind of the way this segment's going to go, and then I'm going to encourage you to send in your photos so I can highlight them in future weeks. But you might have heard me mention Stacy earlier. Hang on a second. So this is Stacy. We know her. She's from St. Louis, and this is I went up and played tambourine for the Easter service last Sunday, and I said, let's get a selfie. You're kind of a regular on Sunday mornings. I want to let the people know who you are. So we're gonna sort of like chronicle, especially if we get to meet people. We wanna highlight that and share those photos here on Sunday morning. So that's Stacy. She is awesome. A friend for several years. Here is Cherie, which I think Cherie is in the chat. She said she's having some issues with her eyes, so she might not be able to read our text a whole lot. But she lives south of St. Louis, and I don't know, a month ago or two, we met with her and had lunch. Or she came to this Center for Spiritual Living the day we were playing music there, which we do once a month. We went out for lunch later, and so that's Pooki and I with Cherie. So here, these are members of this global family that we're just going to give you a little bit more intimate view of. Now, Samantha is in the chat here. I saw her earlier. Oh, there she is. There. Say, hey, Deanne. She's in it. That's a message for Deanne. But Patricia, who I haven't seen pop up here, she's also a member of the community, the family, and I think a Patreon supporter too. But anyway, they live relatively close to each other, and they got to meet up, and they took this photo of them apparently hugging a tree. So there's Samantha on the left, Patricia is on the right. So never occurred to me to share these on Sundays, but now here's the thing. Here's a cool thing. Some of you know that And if you don't, you're about to learn. One or two Thursdays a month, I lead an improv comedy class. It's a drop-in class on Zoom, and we have people from all over who join that. And this past Thursday, for the very first time, so there's a screenshot of the people that attended just last Thursday, and you'll notice there, towards the bottom, is Jillian. And I don't know if I got the correct pronunciation of the last name, Jillian Nemick, but it's Jillian N. She's like a regular here. She's always sending us the super chats, but she attended the improv class last Thursday, so we got to interact in real time, and she was a hoot. And so let's see there, and Peggy Lamb, I think, is also kind of and Dee Dee. They're fans of the YouTube channel, but I don't know if they show up very often on Sundays. But so yeah, I got to meet Jillian, not in person, but on Zoom, and she has a great sense of humor, a great spirit, and so there we go for that. And I'll just show you one more thing, part of the community. So a lot of you know that because we've been mentioning it for multiple weeks, that yesterday was the start of a 30-day program called Spring into Health and Well-Being. And we had our first of 4 Zoom calls yesterday morning. And this is the crew that attended that. And some of them are in the chat. I think Cindy's in the chat. Let me look here. Karen, I think. No, it's Karen in the chat. She might be. Mary Rose is in the chat. There's Stacy again. I'm looking. Cherie is there. If I miss somebody, I apologize. I'm not sure if Jackie or Holly are here. Jennifer Nickel is here. Debbie, I believe, is here. Deanne. And so those are some folks. Yeah. So I just want to show you, give you exposure to these good people that you're swimming with here. Even though we're separated by many miles, most of us, we are connected, and we're trying to create opportunities to connect with you in more and more ways. And so that's the first installment of, I don't know what we're going to call it, People Picks. We'll have to come up with some kind of a name for the segment, maybe a theme song. But I encourage you to send in, take selfies of yourself. You know what would be really cool is if you, for instance, Jillian, when you get the Sha-Doobie Wah merch, take a selfie of yourself wearing something and send it to me, and I will highlight it on a future. Take a picture of yourself with a book, or involved, or just doing something out in nature. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to highlight something, but it'd be nice, yeah, if you're wearing a piece of merch, you got the book, or like during Pookie's birthday, we had this thing where you could download some of her tree art, and I know some of you had the intention of printing it like on stretch canvas or something that you could hang up. If you did that, take a picture of yourself with that tree art, especially if it's hanging in your house, or if you had it imprinted on something. Those are the types of things we would love to share here, and just let you get to know more about each other. So you can do that by, if we're connected by email, you can email those to me. If we're connected by text, you can let me know you got something. We'll figure out a way to get it to me. Or go to the contact link on bobbakerinspiration.com. But send me your photos. We'd love to highlight you coming up. All right, what else is going on here? We always got to give a plug for certain things. Hang on a second. I'm going to take a drink. If you got a beverage, grab the mug of your choice. I've got the Positive Vibes Only, also available from the merch store there. It's decaf coffee with the little... I combine stevia and, is it monk fruit? I think it is. Got a little cinnamon in there. It's delicious. Let's see here. Jillian's, I think this is her second super chat of the day. She's never content with just sending us one. She goes 2. Mary Rose says she's driving to church, can't text, but listening and enjoying. Oh, Crystal, this is great. So pay attention to what's going on in the chat. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is a great trend. Who's in New York City near the city? Crystal says, let's meet up for a selfie. I love this. Ling says, who's in Calgary? Let's meet up for a selfie. And so pay attention to, it is, okay, I got the pronunciation of your last name right. The improv group was so much fun. Everyone should come. What am I doing in that picture? Yeah, I have people do funny things. And so Deanne is always very expressive. Segment Segment could be called Positive People. That's how I take photos. Nita. Hey, hi, Nita. Good to see you there. And we got Paula, I'm sorry, in Port Lucie, Florida. We're coming to Florida in October. It's an FYI. Karen says, yes, I'm here for the fabulous time together. And so, yeah, connect, pay attention to who's where. Crystal or Samantha says, I need to get to New York for this selfie. So yeah, if you can meet up with each other, that's a perfect example of a photo that I would love to highlight. And so maybe we can, I don't know, another thought that I had, if somebody wants to spearhead like a book club or some kind of a meetup locally, where people that benefit from this work can gather, and somebody's willing to spearhead that. When we come to your town, we would love to. Yeah, there's always like a built-in little community there that we can engage with. So lots of ideas swirling around here. Isabel, who's in BC, like British Columbia, I'm assuming. I always down to meet new people and meet for a selfie. I love this. I didn't anticipate you guys going crazy with that. I should have, though. Speaking of interacting, let's move things along. We got more stuff here. Another way that we like to interact with people, again, virtually. Let me address this real quick. I was wondering how to join the Improv Club. It's not really a club, but so they're drop-in classes. There's a couple of ways. Let me just pull up this website here. Let me grab this real quick. So here's my website related to all my improv activities. So it's improvstl.com, improvstl.com. STL stands for St. Louis, my hometown, or where we live. And there's a couple of email lists that you can get on there. One is just for shows if you don't want to learn, if you don't want to attend the classes, but one is for classes and shows. If you get on that email list, that's one way that I can alert you. If you're on my text list, I have a subgroup of people who have expressed an interest in the classes that I can text you whenever I have these classes. I'm only doing them on Zoom once or twice a month. Otherwise, I'm doing them live in St. Louis with a invitation only kind of thing as we come out of COVID. So if you want to get on my text list in general, which is a lot I'm throwing at you here, I send out 3 inspirational messages a week via text to people who have numbers in the U.S. and Canada. To send any message to 314-742-8339 to get on that list. If you're already on that list, and many of you are, and you want to you want me to send you updates on the improv stuff, I only send that to people who request it. So just send me or respond to one of my texts and say, put me on the improv list, and I will. Now, here's the thing. Like 40 some odd people have told me, yes, put me on that list. And rarely do any of those folks show up. So it's okay. No, I'm not like shaming or blaming you, but take the plunge and join us. I don't know if there's a fear related there, or schedules aren't lining up. But yeah, it's really fun. Actually, those of you, and Holly Ann and Cherie and Fern and different people are regulars at or have been to many of my Zoom classes. So let them know how easy it is, and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, those are some ways to learn more about it. I hope I answered that question. Or go to improvstl.com. I'm going to save the Patreon. I've been doing a lot of announcements here, so let's maybe shift gears. Pooki said, I'll look at Pooki here. She's a little biased, but she says the text messages are amazing. She's on the list too. Do it so you get the love all through the week. Yeah, people respond all the time saying that, my God, it was perfect timing. You sent me this message when I needed it the most. Deanne, who's a regular, improv's an absolute blast. Let's see here. Oh, Bob, Patricia and I are plotting. We are forming the Light Shiners in Raleigh. Oh, really? We plan to get together once a month to have a Sunday inspiration book club. Oh, I love this. It's so funny because I was actually going to reach out to you when I thought about who might want to lead something like this. You popped right up into my consciousness. So maybe we should talk about that more. Yes, indeed. Look at Nikki. They're saying the texts always seem to be just the right thing at just the right time. It's amazing how that works out. Yes, I have. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Yes, the affirmations are coming after this next segment, which I'm going to go into now. Although, let's see here. I've been talking a lot. Maybe I should play another song. Yeah. So I'm going to play this video of a song that Pooki and I did just to kind of mix things up. Like I've been talking quite a bit. So let's hear some music. I'm going to come back, talk about the theme of the day, being yourself, and then the affirmations come after that. All right. So keep chatting. Talk amongst yourselves. I like this kind of book club meetup idea. I think we're going to explore that more. So Pooki and I, back in November, wrote a new original song that on gratitude. We really didn't have a song of our own. We were doing cover songs on gratitude, and we didn't really have an original that spoke directly to it, and so we wrote one, and it's turned out to be, if I don't say so for myself, pretty darn good song. In February, we played it live on Sunday, and I remember like halfway through the song going, man, this is like really sounding, it just felt good, and like the end of it, I was like, whoa, that was, and I listened back to that recording, and yeah, it's like one of the best like live versions of it. So I grabbed the clip of it. I'm gonna play that now. So Pooki, you're gonna hear Pooki singing and me for just a really good version, in my opinion, of this song. So I'm gonna play that for you, and then I'm gonna come back and we'll continue our conversation on all the above. All right, here we go. All right, here's a song that a newer original song on gratitude. It's our first really song specifically about gratitude. It was a pretty good one, I think.
Yeah.
Let's play it, shall we?
My heart is full of gratitude, flowing deep inside. My heart is full of gratitude, flowing deep inside. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life. With every breath and step I take, I'm blessed to be alive. With every breath and step I take, I'm blessed to be alive. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life. I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful now. I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful now.
Sing that with us.
I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful now. I am so grateful, I am so grateful, I am so grateful now. Throughout each day, in so many ways, I know how loved I am. Throughout each day, in so many ways, I know how loved I am. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life.
My heart is full of gratitude, flowing deep inside. My heart is full of gratitude, flowing deep inside. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for my life. I am grateful, grateful for my life. Ooh, that was nice. There you go, from February. I hope you all agree with me. That was a pretty good version of that. Another thing I'm thinking about doing is like a lot of people. We've been writing a lot of new songs, and we debut them usually on Sundays, and we perform them, at the Center for Spiritual Living once a month when we perform there. But a lot of people have been asking about when's that going to be available as a recording. So to get a really good quality recording, even with a home studio, that's a pretty involved process that could take. And I have a backlog of songs that I haven't finished mixing and getting out into the world, so that might take a while. But here's what I'm thinking about doing: is getting a collection of good takes of live versions of them that we can kind of get out quickly and make those available, maybe as a download. Sure, it can go to the RV fund. Any funds that so that's something I'm it's on my list to get around to. If there's an interest in that, let me know. But I'm really digging this idea of the book club / meetup, and so I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna start exploring this more, finding people that are interested in doing that in different cities. So through this text list that I have, I can send people send messages to people within like a 50-mile radius of different cities, and I'll just text people to different cities and say, hey, anyone here interested in spearheading a local club? And if there's enough people, there's enough interest in a particular town and a group of people that are meeting, there could be some resources that we could supply to help you facilitate that and give you some things to talk about. And then when we come through your town, we'll attend a meeting, or you can have a special little get together on the date that we're going to be there. So I don't know. I love this idea. So let's explore that, and let me know if you'd like to be that person in your city. So let's talk about the theme of the day here, which is just be yourself. Just be yourself. Now, there's a phrase that you may have heard before. There's a quote that goes like this: "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." Kind of a fun little phrase there. Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. This quote is often attributed to Oscar Wilde, but in doing some research for this, exploring this topic, there's a lot of doubt as to whether he actually said it, because there's no clear indication that he did, but it's always attributed to him. A guy named Mike Robbins, though, more recently published a book with that title, Be Yourself, Everyone Else is Already Taken. So that's another way that it's been used. But we're going to explore that a little bit. Be yourself. Be the best version of yourself. So I'm going to share my thoughts on this using a lot of examples from my own life. Because a lot of times when people pursue things or they want to do something, it's often comes as a result of being inspired by somebody else who is doing that thing, and you go, oh, I would like to do like musicians might go to a concert, or at an early age you're exposed to somebody like the Beatles or Michael Jackson or whoever it is, Beyonce, and you go, oh my God, that's what I want to do, and it kind of lights a fire within you. And so, or an author or an actor, and so when you initially pursue this thing, you're sort of like trying to emulate them. Also, when people have aspirations, they emulate people that are already, they're like, if there's a stereotypical way of doing things in a certain industry, that's the role you have to play. And that might be a great way to get started. Like I know, and all these things I just talked about, early in my writing days, I was kind of basically emulating, not imitating, not plagiarizing, but just being influenced by my favorite writers. As a musician, I was being influenced by my favorite musicians and songwriters and singers and so on. And so, but over time, it really helps to develop your own voice, and sometimes that takes with time. So you might start off being influenced by somebody, but over time you kind of meld all these influences and find your own way of doing it. So I'm going to just give you some examples. As an author, some of you may know, I have over the past nearly 30 years, I have published 16 books that were published in physical form, so in paperback form, 16 different titles starting in 1993, so that's like 29 years. And additionally, I've created other things that are digital, like ebooks and audiobooks and online courses and workshops that I've done. So I've done a lot of that stuff. As an author, my early books were about music marketing, starting in the 90s, mid to late 90s. And I approached it from my own perspective. I didn't want it to be academic. That was not my style. I didn't want it to be from a lofty, like sounding writing style. And also, a lot of people back then said, "Well, who are you? You're not a successful musician. You've never worked for a label. You never had a hit song, you know." And so I wrote it. So I wrote my early books from the perspective of a curious musician who was just wanting to learn best practices. So I would interview people that were successful, that were more successful than me, and just pull out the best practices. And I wrote in a conversational style. So it wasn't. So yeah, being academic or hoity-toity was never my style. And so I was really shocked when I started learning that universities and colleges were getting this particular book. I do have one handy here. So in 1996, I pieced together a bunch of articles and I put it in a book called The Guerrilla Music Marketing Handbook. I did it in a 3-ring binder. And then as print on demand and things became more accessible over the years, and it went to a paperback form. And this book, actually, if you read the top there, it says, "As seen in the major motion picture, The School of Rock." That's right. It actually appeared in the movie, The School of Rock. A friend of mine just said she watched it last night and saw the scene where one of the characters is holding it. But no one was more shocked than me when universities started using it, because it was one of the first books of its kind that spoke to independent musicians and how to market yourself and build your own career. Again, this was late 90s, or throughout the 2000s. It was especially doing well. Pooki says, "Aloha to everyone who's not chatting it up. You are felt and loved here." Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. And so I did it from my own style. I didn't try to, I was conversational. I was, and a little bit of lightheartedness, and I tried to break down this complicated topic to a way that was accessible to people, and that worked for me. So that's what I did as an author. A lot of people look at me, or there's the word entrepreneur that comes up because I have been. My whole life been I refer to it as being stubbornly determined to be self-employed, doing something that I enjoy. I've had day jobs, I had to do what I had to do part-time. I've done temp jobs. I've had full-time jobs. The last time I worked for someone else, though, was 2004. So that's been, 18, what is that? Is that 18 years, I think? And so I've been kind of entrepreneurial, but I'm entrepreneurial in my own way. I'm not like the hard-charging type A personality, let's slap you on the back, let's do a power lunch kind of guy. I kind of do it in my own laid-back style, which at least I consider that. Laid back. I'm not an entrepreneur that wants to grow a startup and have 100 employees and get venture capitalists or what. I just want to do it on my own terms. I created a way of making a living that I can work from home, from my home office, like I'm doing here now, and I've done that. There have been challenges. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I did it in my own way. I was authentically who I was. Sometimes I talked about being an entrepreneur because I didn't have all the qualities of a typical entrepreneur. As a musician, there is often, when you're writing songs, there's this kind of pressure on you to do whatever the current style is, or to if you want to be popular, you got to produce your songs this particular way. And I'm open to that. I mean, yeah, we've done electronic music stuff. We've experimented, but admittedly, a lot of people say that my songs sound like they could have fit in the 80s, back in the MTV days. And I don't. Maybe initially I was like, oh, it sounds dated or it sounds old timey or whatever, depending on how you think of the 80s. But that was my jam. That was my decade, and so I know that now, and I accept it, and I'm okay. Not that I'm purposely trying to sound like the 80s, but if somebody thinks that, that's kind of how I write, and hopefully there's a timeless quality to some of them, and I think there's always like a retro people looking back fondly on that era. And so, and then finally, the most appropriate thing for this audience is YouTube. How I approached YouTube. So obviously I'm doing affirmations. I am doing guided meditations. I'm inspiring people. With some of this, people might put the label of kind of put me in a category that's spiritual. As many of you know, we don't advocate any particular dogma. There's no religious references here. Everyone's welcome. It's just, kind of pretty general upliftment. But I guess I could be lumped into in some people's eyes, this category of people that are out there asking you to raise your vibration and law of attraction and all this stuff. And there is a kind of not a stereotypical way, but there's certain types of people that are involved in this field that I never felt the inclination to be like. So I'm doing this in my own way. It's sort of like the everyman, just being myself, giving you this practical approach to mindset and how to just live a better life and feel more empowered and live your best life. So you're never going to see me in robes. You're never going to see me saying namaste at the end of every sentence or whatever. I'm doing this in my own way. And I think a lot of people, when they go into a field, they feel like they have to mimic other people doing that thing so they can fit in. So I'm encouraging you, whatever you're pursuing, are you mimicking the role you think you're supposed to play, whether it's your day job or with something that you're doing on the side, a hobby, whatever it is, or are you being your authentic self? And so I'm going to encourage you to think more about being your authentic self. Bring your own truth and your authenticity to whatever it is you do. And as long as you're not harming someone or being inconsiderate, which I can't imagine anyone here is going to be doing that, then do it. And there may be some people that, I don't know, there's probably more fear in your head about what are people going to think if I do it this way that's not like all the others than the actual reactions that you're going to get from people. So those are my thoughts today. Be who you are. It's actually the name of the last song I'm going to perform live. And so luckily I did not forget the affirmations. So I actually crafted some affirmations they were going to do together. I thought they would be more fitting here after this talk because it would be more in context. So I'm going to pull these up. And what am I going to do here? I'm going to play a little music in the background, just a little background, something or other. Hang on a second. And I'm going to say these one at a time, leave a little space for you to repeat them back to yourself. So with all these thoughts in mind, I see a lot of comments there. I'm going to be checking in a minute. Let's do these affirmations to anchor in what I'm talking about here, all right? Here they are. I'll say them one at a time. Repeat them after me in the space provided. Today, I commit to being my authentic self. Today, I celebrate who I am. Today, I am unapologetically me. I am ready to shine my light. My glorious, one-of-a-kind light. Tell you what, let's just go through those one more time. Instead of leaving you space, I'm just going to say them back to back. So let's say them together, okay? We're just going to run right through them. Are you ready? Really feel this. Really, I like to say lean into it. Be this today. Commit to this as your new way of life, or maybe just an extension of the life you're already living. So here we go, back to back. Today, I commit to being my authentic self. Today, I celebrate who I am. Today, I am unapologetically me. I am ready to shine my light. My glorious, one-of-a-kind light. Are you feeling that? I am going to check in now with the comments, and Pooki Lee's here. I am crying right now, all the way in Central America. She's crying because we are all so beautiful. That is awesome. Let's see here. Sandy says, I am unapologetically me, and I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Oh, that rhymes. But for those that I am close to, we are an amazing tribe of weirdos. Yeah, be weird. Let your let your freak flag fly. I don't know where that came from. But be unapologetically, authentically you, Pooki says. We need you to be and express in the world as you are. Oh, Debbie, that's sweet. You're a genuine soul. Thank you very much. There's Patricia. I think we had. Oh, I had a photo of you earlier. Were you here when I showed the picture of you and Samantha? Sandy, and we love you for it. Speaking positivity into the world is a power move. Oh, I like that, Nina. Thank you. Melody loves the 80s as well as Brandy. The 80s rocked. Oh, yes. Pooki says earlier, she said, I love being with you so much. I'm so happy I can be here today. Next week, I'll be home live, and we will share our immense bliss. Hopefully, and maybe I'm sure Pooki will have some more photos to share and talk about her trip. So that's two. Rebecca says, too, she's an entrepreneur. Leah thanks Pooki there. Anna does the same thing. That's right. Pookie's been in the chat this whole time. Absolutely. Okay, so Melody says, I love being me, doing the best I can with what I have. Oh, and I know I am learning. Oh, very cool, very cool. So so there we go. So I think right now it's time for another segment. I hope you got some value out of that. Be yourself, bring you to whatever you do. And sometimes it takes a while to find your voice, to find your brand, if you want to refer to it that way. So, especially if you're early on pursuing something, but yeah, find a way to bring you to everything you do. Right now, I believe we need to shift our gears to this.
It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Sha-Doobie Wah.
If you had any doubt what Sha-Doobie Wah was all about, that's it. I just added that to that little jingle just kind of spontaneously, and everyone has clinged onto it. So we're going to come back to that that phrase in a minute here. But right now, I had trouble deciding what jokes to do this morning because there were two things that happened this past week that I think are appropriate for joke telling. The first one was it was in the U.S. at least. It was the deadline that our taxes were due. It's always a fun topic. So the first jokes that I have here, they're all one-liners, are jokes related to taxes. All right, and so if you're ready for this, Pooki, I don't have you to be here to be my straight person. So I'm just gonna have to do this solo, but. It's all good. Here we go. Ready? Where do homeless accountants live? In tax shelters. What kind of sense of humor do accountants have? Well, self-depreciating. What does the pessimistic accountant think? It's a cruel world. These are all gems, I'm telling you. Why are accountants always so tired after work? Because their job is so taxing. This is a good one. It's a little longer, but it's worth it. A client asked his accountant, what's the difference between the short form and the long form? The accountant replied, if you use the short form, the IRS gets all your money. If you use the long form, I get all your money. And finally, golf is a lot like taxes. You drive hard to get to the green and then wind up in the hole. So I think this deserves, where is it at here? Here we go. Oh, I need to crank up the volume on that. We also need a little of this. That's some lame laughter there. I'll say another thing that happened this past week that you might be aware of is this whole thing around 420, April 20th, has significance. I think some of you know, related to marijuana use. And so I thought it would be appropriate to do some jokes about that. Ready? Why is the roach clip called a roach clip? Because potholder was already taken. I can hear your laughter miles away. What do you get when you eat marijuana? A pot belly. Mine's going away in case you didn't know. Not from marijuana use, but anyway, from food abuse. Anyway, if the whole world smoked a joint at the same time, there would be world peace for 2 hours, followed by a global food shortage. What do you call a TV show about physicists smoking weed? The Big Bong Theory. What is 421 also known as? National Drug Test Day. See, it's the day after everybody smoked. I think you figured that out, though. Here we go. Only 2 more left. What do stoners put on their spaghetti? Legalized marinara. And what is I love this one so much. What is the difference between a drunk guy and a stoner at a stop sign? The drunk guy runs it, and the stoner waits for it to turn green. Oh. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been...
It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Sha-Doobie Wah.
And speaking of Sha-Doobie Wah, that's right. I've created a design after this a wellspring of interest in the Sha-Doobie Wah artwork that they could put on different things, and so yeah, it is now available. There's a link to it in the first paragraph of the description of this video, but I'm going to pop it in the chat one more time and to see if there's any interest in this. Hang on a second. I'm also going to show you when you go to that link. You will come to this particular page right here. Actually, let me go back a little bit and show you there you go. It'll take you to this page. There's I've selected a bunch of different, there's like 50 different merch items, so I didn't select 50 of them, but I just picked some that I thought would be you'd like this logo on. There's different drinking mugs and carriers and stuff, different types, styles of T-shirts, coffee mugs, a button, hoodies, and so if that speaks to you after all the jokes. And it brings a little lightheartedness to your soul. Then there's an option for you. The Sha-Doobie Wah merchandise. So I'm wanting to create more. If there are certain slogans or maybe lines or titles from our songs that you'd like to see, maybe I'm grateful for my life would be a good one. I see that Stacy and Jacob are trying to arrange. Yeah, it would be cool if we could get a group of people who live in the St. Louis area to get together and have a group photo that we can share in future weeks. I think I already talked early. Oh, I did not talk about Patreon or the new audiobook. So let's do that. If you like this sense of connection, even from a distance, a great way, another family or subset, an overlapping family of ours is consists of our Patreon supporters, and so if you support us through Patreon, this basically involves a small micro payment in a monthly or an annual basis. There are 3 different levels with different perks at different levels, and actually all 3 levels get access to the monthly Zoom calls. That's probably the most important benefit. We do provide some exclusive content throughout the month just for our Patreon supporters. You get like discounts to the Turbocharge Your Life events and different things. You're also often the first to know about some stuff that, new things that we have going on. Here is a screenshot of the most recent Patreon call that we had in April, and that was a good one. Again, I get people to do silly stuff. There's more people that are in the chat. Patricia's here. Oksana was here earlier. Nita's here. Cherie, Karen, Crystal. Let's see who else. Deanne, Debbie, Those are all folks that I've seen at some point here on this Sunday morning. So we have a lot of fun on those calls. And so if that speaks to you, just go to patreon.com/Bob Baker. That's patreon.com/Bob Baker. We would love to have you join us in that endeavor. Also, where did that link go to? Okay, here we go. The Power of Affirmations and Positive Self-Talk. So the paperback book and the ebook came out, interestingly enough, on April 20th of last year. I chose that date not realizing what it was last year. So we just surpassed a year that book came out, and it took me a while to get to it, but just a couple weeks ago, the audio book is now available on Audible, on Amazon, on Apple Books. And so if you want to listen instead of just read, whether you have it or not, I just wanted to make you aware that you can get that now. And earlier I mentioned the text, and so I'm going to pop in there and just see who. I got my community app open here. Got to see how many new people that we've got. Yep, Jacob just signed up. Ling, it's good to have you here. And I think that might be it currently. But if you want to get on the text list, and what happens when you do is you get 3 inspiring text messages from me. People were praising it earlier who are on the list. But just send any message. If you're based in the U.S. or Canada, of course, to 314-742-8339. If you're outside of those areas, there is I'm not sure what happened there. If you're outside of those areas, well, that's so weird. It just disappeared. I got to figure out how to get that back. Anyway, I have a Telegram channel for people outside of the U.S. and Canada who would like to get similar messages. Links to all these things are in the description of this of the video. There we go. I see it's down here. I don't know what happened. It gets so small. All right, I'll have to deal with that later. Okay, what else do I want to share here? Oh, subscribe to the channel. Hit like and share. What do you got here? Subscribe to like this, share this. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already, because we want to get more of this goodness into your ears and into your eyes. And so do that, please. I think so. I think we're heading. Oh wow, I'm kind of going early here. So, but I've kind of run out of stuff to do. So I think I'm going to head into the stretch here. Did I skip anything? Who is interested? So who's going to be sending me some photos? So get together, take selfies of yourself. Ideally, yeah, if you can get together with people, that would be awesome. But if not, just take a photo of yourself with the book or doing something that just I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Sure, if you have my book or something of ours, or take maybe actually right now. This is a great idea. You're watching this on YouTube, right? Whether it's on a big screen, small screen. If it's on your phone, you wouldn't be able to do this. But if you're watching it on a computer, get your phone and take a selfie of you with this live stream in the background, and then figure out a way to send that to me either by email, through the text. Just reach out to me, contact me on the Bob. Go to bobbakerinspiration.com. There's a contact tab there, and if you're not on my email list, you can get 3 or 6 free MP3 downloads when you get on the email list. Jillian, is this your third contribution of the day? I'm having my taxes done by a stoned accountant. He said I'm getting a large refund, but I think he's just blowing smoke. Oh, that is good. I love that. Let's see. Oh, can we text the photos to the number that we get the affirmations from? I think so. Yeah, people have texted me images. As long as I can download them from there, then we'll be good. So go ahead and try that first, and then if I need you to email them, I'll let you know where to email them if I'm not able to grab them efficiently that way. But I think that will work. So thank you for asking, Isabel. So yeah, if you're on the text list, yeah, you can send photos. Yeah, so just send photos Yeah, and we'll highlight you in future weeks. I'm really excited about this. And then, if you want to either join or spearhead some sort of a meetup group, a book club that can discuss these things, you can connect with people in real life apart from these Sundays. And we will support you as best we can in doing that. We'll figure out. This is all the new ideas. I'm not sure what that would entail. Maybe I can give you a discount on. If you got 10 people that each want a copy of the book, we can come up with something to give you a bargain on that or whatever. But just ideas I'm throwing out there. So but let me know about that too. All right. Let's see here. So I'm going to play another song that totally ties into this. It's a great one to wrap things up. In the meantime, I want you to post your top takeaway. The theme is just be yourself, be your authentic self, bring who you are to everything that you do, or as many things that you do as makes sense. But start posting that. I'm going to play this song. I'm going to come back, acknowledge some of your top takeaways, and then we'll wrap things up and get on with our day here. So I am going to do a song that so it's not the first original song I ever wrote by any stretch, but it is the first song that I, hang on a second here. Where did that go? Okay. I'm looking. Oh, my lyrics are already up. Hang on a second here. It is the first song that I wrote that was overtly positive. And this is going back to like 88 or 89, speaking of 80s music. And so it was the first song that I wrote that I just wanted it to be a positive message. It was, I was pursuing personal development in my life for much of my life, and but my songs never really totally reflected that until I wrote this one. And of course, everything I've written with Pooki and on my own in the past 15 years has been of a positive nature. It's just what I want to express. That's how I'm expressing my authentic self through music. Not that there's not room for other types of music. I mean, music and art expresses the full range of human emotion. So I commend and I definitely applaud anyone that writes songs about pain and other topics. There's a place for all of that. But for me, this whole thing of lifting people's spirits, there's just so much seriousness in the world that I just think I just want to counter that with bombarding people with positivity and try to shift that. That's kind of my mission in life, is to transform and uplift humanity one positive thought and one inspired action at a time. And Pooki and I do that through YouTube. We do that through music. We do that in many different ways. So this was the first song, though, that I really was like overtly, I want this to be a positive song. And so it's not too shabby. I think I've improved as a lyric writer, but this is pretty good stuff. Take a drink. Again, post your top takeaways, and after the song, I will highlight them. Let's do this. Do you ever wonder once in a while, does the sound of laughter make you smile? Try to put the world inside your dreams. Make the images come real, you'll see. This isn't all philosophy. It isn't all a lie. We're not just passing time till we die. Be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always do your best to make your dreams come true. Do you ever look life right in the eye? Do you ever stop and wonder why? Have you had the urge to stake your claim? If you try to feel, not to remain. These aren't broken promises or shallow alibis. We can't give up on this till we try. So be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always do your best to make your dreams come true. Are you ready to make your dreams come true? Are you ready to live your authentic life, being truly who you are? I encourage you to make a commitment to that right now. Start living it today. This isn't all philosophy. This isn't all a lie. We're not just passing time till we die. So be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always try to make your dreams come true. Be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always do your best to make your dreams come true. Come true. Come true. Come true. Come true. Seemed to me like a perfect song to end this particular segment with, considering the theme. Excuse me there. Let's see. Oh, Brandy, thank you so much. That was sweet of you to send a 1111 for Pookie's RV fund via Venmo. That was really nice. Appreciate that. So I'm going to check in on some comments. We're going to wrap things up. Let's see here. Lisa says, by being your authentic self, it encourages others to be themselves as well. You were born an original. Don't die a copy. Be kind, be brave, be authentic, and be blessed, y'all. Lisa, that was awesome. That was very well said. Let me check something real quick here. I'm going to refresh my email. Okay. I'm seeing some notifications from the T-shirt company that there is have been some orders coming in. So thank you very, very much for that. Let me check in on some other things. Deanne says, I am ready to make my dreams come true. This is your opportunity here to affirm your commitment to being authentically you, so publicly stated, and so it is. Jillian says, my takeaway, if you gift the world with your authentic self, in return, you will receive connection with others who genuinely vibe with you so you can create beauty together. That's a wonderful thing. Yes, we want great idea to want to be accepted and embraced by all people, but the thing is, yeah, you're often just going to, you want to connect with people that get you and will support you and lift you up. Not that you can't spread that message to a wider audience too, if you choose to, but absolutely. So don't worry about if everybody doesn't get you or they're not like, ooh, she's kind of weird. Just find your tribe. Isabel says, my top takeaway: let your freak flag fly. That kind of blurted that out earlier, didn't I? Seriously though, be as weird as you want to be. It's the best, you know. Again, yeah. As long as your weirdness is not being inconsiderate to other people or infringing on the property or this kind of goes without saying, but let's just get that disclaimer in there, which I know none of you are going to do. But yeah, just to express yourself in an authentic way, absolutely. Cherie says, Bob and Pookie Lee lifting up the global family. I know there's a lot of conversation here about our St. Louis friends meeting up. If Pookie and I can be part of that, we would love to. Pookie here says earlier, we are each so important in all that is coming forth. Diversity is our strength, and we need everyone to shine their light in a way that is true to who they are. Love you all so much. I'm so happy. I'm so thrilled that you were able to join us for this whole thing. Takeaway, says Jacob, be weird self and create every day. What? Eileen Smoke celebrating a birthday. Well, is it today or this week? So yes, happy birthday to anybody celebrating. Maybe we'll do the official birthday song when Pookie is here next week. So yeah, okay. I'm seeing any more final takeaways. Brandy says, "My takeaway is love yourself always. God only made one of you, so be you." Patricia says, "My dreams are manifesting before my eyes." Oh, Brandy says, "I just bought the mug, the Sha-Doobie Wah mug. G Mama Love, you're welcome." Hiba says, "Yes, I love it. So does Jennifer." That's fabulous, and thank you for the kind words about the song there. All right, I think we're going to wrap things up here. So just what I needed to hear today. Yes, awesome. All right, very cool. So all of you have a wonderful day wherever it is. It may be raining here, but the sun is shining in our hearts. Really looking forward to having Pookie back home and back on the Sunday live stream next. Oh, Shanetta always has these I haven't even read, but I just know it's going to be, these are the perfect words of wisdom to end with. So here we go. Shanetta, her takeaway is, "We are all made unique in God's image, and I am one of a kind. I embrace me and love me each and every day. I am in love with the phenomenal me that I am because I am unapologetically me." Shanetta, you need to compile these things that you post here, and that's a future book. Yeah, that was perfect. So yes, indeed. Everybody have an awesome day. I would love you so much. Pookie, stay safe, travel. Have safe travels. I know I'll be in touch with you between now and the time I pick you up from the airport. And look forward to seeing you all. So selfies, send me photos, reach out and let me know if you want to organize a local meetup group or book club or something. All right. Awesome. Happy Sunday, everyone. Talk to you later. See you soon. So long for now.